Hi. It's been quite a while since my last update. I don't know. My last fight against Tanya Lohr out of Michigan was a really difficult fight. I think it was definitely a good fight for me. I think I talked about this. You kind of grow a lot more from the fights that you lose than the fights that you win, and I think that's kind of been the case in terms of training from that fight to training for this fight. And it really hasn't been that long. It's been like maybe 6 weeks or something, but it feels like a really, really big progression, and I've been working really hard just training this whole time, which is nice. I mean, it's really good to train for a fight because you know kind of where you are and what you're aiming for, and it definitely brings some frustrations with it because you have this time cap and you're like, why am I not doing this thing that I'm working on and all this stuff, but it's also a serious motivator, and I love fighting. It's like the kind of test for all the things that you've been working on, and it kind of brings it all into context, and I really look forward to it. And this particular fight is actually really exciting on a number of levels, not the least of which is that it's 5 rounds, which I haven't done before. It's kind of atypical in the United States for women to do 5 rounds for some stupid reason, but it's really cool that we get to. And not only that, but it's going to be the co-main event on the Take On production, and it's against Peelo, who, I don't know if you guys are keeping score, but Peelo was my first opponent, and actually I was her first opponent, so we're rematching a year and a half later. And she just got back from Scotland from the WKA World Champions, and she took the title there, so we're both coming off of fights. We've had pretty much the same fight, I guess, trajectory in the past couple months. We fought on the same card in July, and then we fought again about a week and a half apart from each other in this past October. So that's pretty exciting. And I know Peelo trains really hard. I know I train really hard, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a really good fight either way, and we're both really different fighters from when we started, because how can you not be different from when you started fighting? So it's pretty exciting. And I don't know, I've thought a lot about this fight, probably more than any other fight that I've fought. I've never really, trained for a particular opponent before, which is kind of different. And I mean, there's not a huge difference between training for someone and just training in general. But anytime you know anything about your opponent, that's going to come into play to a degree, It's like, if you know you're going to be speaking French in a country, you're going to bone up on French, as opposed to, just trying to wing it in the universal languages as you're going around. But so the fight is this Saturday, and I'm just getting some, final training in today and tomorrow, and going down to the Thai temple on Friday. Weigh-ins, that type of thing. The weight is up there. It's at 108, so I'm really not worried about weight at all. I've been trying to put weight on. And it's a little bit frustrating to that regard. Like, I'll weigh myself sometimes at night after dinner, not realizing that I've just eaten, and be like, oh, yeah, man, I'm like 106, 107 pounds, and then I weigh myself, kind of at a more regular daytime, and I'm totally frustrated that it's not the weight that I was expecting. But I'm not worried about it because, the weight I don't think is as much a factor as everything else. And I don't think that, it's going to be the determining factor in anything. So, it's nice to be able to eat and not have to drop weight, I guess. And I don't know, I'm just looking forward to it. So I guess I'll talk to you guys if I have more thoughts or, after the fight and that type of thing. And I guess looking forward to a really good show. I think it's going to be a really good fight. And, yeah, talk to you guys later.